Are you a retail seller or a brand owner doing business in Africa and worldwide? Thinking about expanding your business online and selling your goods online locally and internationally? Africa Grocer Shop is the best place ever, which is built to help people in Africa and worldwide to sell their goods all over the world in a safe and secure environment. Get connected with the world with our largest selection of African products from millions of unique products from hundreds of stores. Here you can buy or sell different category products such as groceries, African fabrics, waist beads, jewelry, health and beauty products, and many others goods. Africa Grocer Shop is giving you the opportunity to sell your goods online worldwide, and it's a good opportunity to increase your profit up to 50% more. It is the best buying and selling solution for the pioneers in Africa and worldwide. Africa Grocer Shop, Africa to the world.
Abusua, more picture way. Or say land for sale, East Legon, 4 plots. 1 plot is equal to $250,000 US. Ghana na yewono. Ghana na yewono now, so everything is being priced in US dollars, in foreign currencies. Your finance minister could parliament ready budgeter or quote the figures in US dollars. There are so many aspects of your economy. The figures are quoted in US dollars. Yaka dear, you quote in US dollars. Yensa say your tongue in US dollars. And when the cedi begins to nosedive, or when the cedi begins to suffer a free faller, we blame Russia-Ukraine war and global powers being responsible for the free fall of the Ghana cedi. Forgetting the fact to say, these are basic economics. The strength of most currencies is being determined by the demand for that currency. Adebakua ama American dollar are so strong, they say. There is something we call the petrol dollar system. Back in the 70s, America for Saudi Arabia Saudi Arabia, the whole world, they are one of the biggest producers of crude oil. It is somewhere in the 70s, no, America buying Saudi Arabia for a buying. They went into an agreement to say, Saudi Arabia being a member of the OPEC Plus, and Amunim say oil controls the world. Or might be mo produce air fango on a global market, no, air motor very powerful. And America for Saudi for went into an agreement to say, if you know or might be a omotomo fango biano, let them pay for the fango in US dollars. And in return, no, the American government to produce weapons to protect the Saudi state. So through that way, no, the American dollar began to gain global dominance because so many countries buy oil from Saudi Arabia and all these OPEC Plus countries. What you must hear, and on a so American dollar no be so powerful. American dollar no be a kind of the world reserve currency. The American dollar became a weapon for the American government. That is why some of you normally ask, say, why is it that America can sanction so many countries, even big and giant countries like Russia and China for China American can sanction Chinese, Russians and what have you, but country be anywhere it may sanction America because of the petrodollar system, the petrodollar agreement. The Americans use the dollar as a weapon. Because most of these countries, no, their foreign reserves is quoted in US dollars. That is why Americans can print as much money as they want. What they have to do is to ship inflation abroad. Just print the money. So many countries in the world need your money. So print the money and ship the monies abroad. By so doing, you spend the money and you export inflation. Time Russia-Ukraine war, they shall say America for the EU. A places sanction on Russia. Russia from the SWIFT system of money, global money transaction. And Russia for when they say no. And they say, no, BB and reduce the over reliance on the American dollar. Say na forever and ever. You be see akono abribiano. America for be use US dollar no as a weapon against us. As in see say Saudi Arabia for crampono, they are trying so hard to break that petrodollar agreement, to break that US dominance and the US bullying and the US hegemony on the global scale, on the global level. It is a Ghana Hayatiana say Africa crampo senka yempeni phone in Yansanka Sarmi Nanko say African penny fonso tenase dream say in moving forward, a dear ben a continental block, AU no yenye Send a bay betimi aboa ma yenya one currency na yen so no ye currency no etimi again a global dominance. Because see Ghana ha na se besi na we are still quoting everything and selling everything in US dollars a day. Then look, believe you me, the cedi will never be able to wrestle against the dollar because in your own country, the demand for dollar is higher than the demand for your local currency. These are basic concerns. Me assure about me ya aware. Now, so nobody is doing anything about it. We are so happy to spend American dollar, and I'm your dollar, and I'm your Hwan, and I will say we enjoy everything foreign money. We are happy with it. In you ani ifra brochire ba ina eye emo anwanhwan yehu bibia ifra brochire ba na ye ni age including even their currency and they higher. And these are some of the reasons why the cedi is never stable, because the Ghanaian even prefer to hold a dollar than the cedi. In two per Ghana, I say $100 more than 1,000 cedis. Opa fra brochire ba and I say free abrochire bra nama obi ebi 1,500 Ghana cedis nama nipa wo from so ebi abe $100. Ni ode sa $100 ne share ni nsa no. Na dwe ni say one man ade a esombo more than ya o man 1,500 Ghana cedis no. Wa ho gini agimi. Okra dollar na dwe ni say obetimi atowi ase na, because we are heavily reliant on the US dollars. Inti abribia no say uye se wo sika se mana say your economy no you're so much tied to a foreign currency, your economy becomes a slave to that economy. What you must say, Penti Ghana no, your economy no ababa ye a slave to the American economy, and then America can sanction Ghana anyhow they want, because everything in Ghana is being quoted in American dollars. Your foreign reserve currency no is being quoted in American dollars. Your BBR is being quoted in American dollars, and we import more than we export. So how do we expect the cedi to be able to appreciate? These are basic common sense and kwasi penny for in Asia na ye jaisa over heavily reliance on US dollar no. And brother go Tanzania. I never for once heard they say Tanzania for a quote anything in American dollars. They be that udru Tanzania. Everything including their national budget and debt is being quoted in Tanzanian shillings. What am I say about? Say oh Tanzania, American dollar no po ntibi. Me na make am chiro. Believe you me. Onko hotel bi ma ye nchire wo say ye dollar. Onko shop bi ma ye nchire say ye turn your money in dollars. Everything in Tanzania is being quoted in Tanzanian shillings. But come to Ghana, billboard go yi si abonten is legal as I say $250,000. E dey be ne high. It is hard there no. Se ka mu quote in Ghana cedis ananka aye den. It one say abrofo ne dwen situation bi si a abrofo ne tena se dwen say yeah ku animu no e de ba ade na yenye se ne be ya sa mistake we ana say sa history we entimi en repeat itself biem. The Russians are learning say omo ku omo animu no ho se omo so an create BRICS nations no Brazil, Russia, hwan ya omo come together as emerging economies a omo ina no they are trading among themselves no. South Africa can hold be BRICS no omo who say if they don't come together to find their own system of transaction to replace the Western dominated SWIFT system. Now say almost pay one currency to trade among themselves and the OPEC plus. Now say almost katisa over reliance on American dollar now. As they move forward in life, the Americans will keep putting sanctions on countries that almost feel say they are not in agreement with them. What you must hear, they are sitting down to think outside the box. A time is coming. America can no longer sanction Russia, China, and all these countries anymore. They will be self-reliant and their foreign reserves will never ever be tied to the American dollar. America vote meets now Washington. Now almost say, you're freezing the assets of this country. You're freezing the assets of these leaders. Why? Because those leaders and their assets, is tied to the American dollar. They are quoted in the US foreign reserve currency or the US national reserve currency, which is the US dollar. What am I saying about? And people are wising up. And they are now say, and I make an article on social media. Now, EU for they have had a meeting. Now, almost say by the year 2035, they want to bring in CASA. EU su a petrol diesel near because almost who say, sa petrol diesel no. A OPEC plus for na a produce and also Russia for the DND and Russia Ukraine war ne buy and ama fango nti Russia for enya tumi pa on the EU economy. In moving forward, they want to do everything possible to cut the over-reliance on air fuel, to crash the OPEC plus economies. You see, everybody is thinking, be a drain out of the box. Young Kwanye to move Africa hana ibesine 21st century Jimmy level na nienam. Jimmy level na nienam. Let us teach the average Ghanaian to love Ghana, to love goods produced and made in Ghana, to love the local currency, which is the Ghana cedi, to love everything Ghanaian. We have to keep, these are the subjects we have to, scrap off religious and moral education in schools. Now, replaces with this kind of subjects to recite the people, to re-educate the people to love what they produce, to love their currency, to love their system, to love everything Ghanaian. And yes, I may say, the cedi will continue to nose dive like a free fall, because say a show, and nobody can stop it because everything in Ghana is being quoted in American dollar, and we are over reliant on the US dollar. So say ye massa no so cost so I am penny for no keep being puppets. Because when you puppet they'll sanction your country, and when they sanction your country, hardship will be for that country. And when that happens, your people will rise against you. Then they bring in you a NATO for in the name of peacekeeping. Now, Yasabes say, you see, that is how they come and change your governments. In the true democracy, through the US dollar system, Americans are able to change every government in any country which has accepted their system in the name of democracy and human rights and what have you. These are basic things I will say. These are simple logic and common sense. Because when your economy is heavily reliant on a foreign currency, your economy becomes a slave to that economy. Currency now we use your economy becomes a slave to that economy. Answer. US dollar, Ghanaians don't spend American dollar. So I don't see any reason why Ghanaians should be quoting prices in US dollar in Ghana. It doesn't make sense. But Jimmy and Sabi, the lack of basic accountancy, we sit here in Ghana and we play the fool. And when the cedi begins to go down, right now we have $1 US being a 14 or 15 Ghana cedis. And the cedi keeps nose diving because everything to date is still being quoted in American dollars. And a BB na dollar, and a US dollar, and a dollar na dollar, and a dollar na more dollar, and a dollar na dollar. Meaning we crash our system, we crash our economy. 65 years down the line after independence, basically Africans have not been able to even come together to form their own currency. Because we are not proactive, we are not independent in terms of thinking. On our own. Abribiano, ye pese abrofuno taking the lead. Now ye de John sabi. They say, animals who are being taken to the slaughterhouse. Let us begin to take our own destiny into our own hands. Nobody will develop Africa. Nobody will grow our economies. Young kwani betimi ayenti yema ye nimra ye hoso. Anya sa dia masa. Yeah masa. Abrofo no bekoso edie so sa na mka mechiro. Si enyai sa jimie we ya abrofo no bekoso edie so sa na mka mechiro. Yensua de. Yen reading news. News so ye reading so CNN, Al Jazeera, news omo nyina ye Western puppets. And I may marketing for one channel on YouTube for free. I'm doing marketing for them free. There's one channel on YouTube by a friend redacted. Channel. They break things down. And your mainstream media mainstream media intimate income on the crunch redacted the painful truth go there and listen to them. CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera. These guys are brainwashing you. There's a lot of brainwash going on. And yet religion can't brainwash. Even the system are buying everywhere there's brainwash. It is a one to not say I'm penokrama. Listen to Freemind family. Listen to channels you cannot create channels you be any penny. Listen to redacted and all these channels are almost propagating the message. Omo can no creature man sign. News channels are omo nye bias. I can no creature man sign. Go there and listen to them. Na yen shiny any masa. If you are saying anymore, nobody has time for the fool. I keep telling you, say nobody has time for the fool. If you become overly reliant on somebody's currency, you become a slave to that person's currency and that person's economy. And by so doing, that person has an upper hand over how you run your affairs and manage your stuff in your own nation. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Abusua for me the asani abu nyina mo nim me the chairman Freemind. Makram.
Do you want to make money with your car or bike? Can you collaborate with a delivery company to expand your business?
Earn more in your free time and manage your growing business from anywhere while we do the delivery for you, and connect with customers or drivers at the tap of a button.
Download the Confirm app on App Store or Google Play Store to get started. Tell a friend to tell a friend.